This is H13 day 1 and we're looking at silent E in some of these words and also some most common words. So let's read the words first. We've got axe, or, were, where, does, done, goes, gone, there. So if you have a look at the first picture, you know that an axe is something that you'd use to cut wood with. That x sound, we use an X for that x sound. It's not in a lot of words, but just remember that. This ore is a mineral that we take from the ground. Sometimes we spell words differently to show that they mean different things, so it's making it look different from the word or. Would you like a chocolate or a lolly? And also, when they were organising how to spell this word, they decided that if we just had OR on this one, not only would that people confuse its usage, but usually English words have 3 or more letters. And so to show that it's not a phonogram, it's actually a word, they put the E on the end. Were and where, the easiest way to know and remember whether there's an H in one or not is put your hand over your mouth. If you say were, there's no air and there's no H after the W, but when you say where, there is air after the W, so you know to put the H in. So we were going fishing, where are you on the map? Does. Now when you have a word end with O, the rule is that you must have 2 vowels before the S, if it's an English word. Okay? So that means we have to put an E in, and the letter we fill in on all of them is an E. So does, goes. Yes, now we have 2 vowels before the S. 2 vowels before the S. That's why we have that E in both of those words. Done is past tense of do. So if you have done your homework, we would say done. Same with gone is past tense of go. So we went to the beach, we had, the others had already gone. So you've got that O-N-E on both of those. So you can see the little picture. He does his homework, he has done his homework, gets a tick. That man goes to the beach every day perhaps. We have gone fishing. There, now the 2 there's, this there means the place there. Generally it refers to something, whereas this there is showing ownership. So if you look at the I before the R there, you can see there's a little person hidden there. There's his head, there's his body. So the next word must belong to them. So if you replace that with the word them, you can check it. That is their car, it belongs to them. That is their house, it belongs to them. So if the next word shows ownership, you'd use this one with the little person hidden after that R. Okay, let's go through and read those words down and write them and spell them. So we've got axe, 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 A-X-E, A-X-E, A-X-E. Cover it and write it 3 times. And don't forget to check each time to make sure that you've spelled it correctly. If you've made a mistake, rub it out and try it again. You can do the rest of those. H13 day 2, we're looking at the silent E, and we've also got some most common words in here. So axe and or only have the E on the end to show that these aren't phonograms, they're actually words. Most English words have 3 or more letters, and that's why they've put the E on the end, just to make sure they've got 3 or more letters. And also, sometimes we spell words differently to show that they mean different things. So you know we've got or, like, would you like a chocolate or a lolly? Whereas this or means a mineral ore that we take from the ground. Were and where, really the easiest way to tell them apart, to know whether the H is in there or not, is if you say were, there's no air after the W. If you say where, there is air after the W, so you put the H in, no air, no H on were. Now the next one is, if a word ends in O, we have to have 2 vowels before the S. So that's why we add the E in there. Now goes is the same. It ends in an O, So the rule is you have to have 2 vowels before the S if a word ends in O, so that's why they've added the E in there. Done is one of those lazy monk words where we're using the O for the up sound because the letters either side of it have a lot of up and down strokes. And gone, gotten, we've got the E on the end there. There we've got the E. So a bit of a cheat here is you can see the word here in there, and you see the word here, there. You've got the E-R-E, the E-R-E, the E-R-E there. So here and there, that means the place there. This there, I always use it so that I becomes a little person, and the next word, whatever it might be, means it belongs to them. So their car, so it belongs to that person, it belongs to them. Their cat, if you had cat after it, so it belongs to them. You wouldn't use this one for their car. You'd say there is a car or there is a cat. So this one, the immediate word after there has to belong to this person here. Okay, so let's read the words, sound the words, write the words. So we've got axe, 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 A-X-E, and then you cover it and you're going to write it. So you know an axe is something that you can chop wood with. We talked about that one's a mineral. Some of these are quite difficult to give meaning to, but these two we've explained as well, so it shouldn't be too bad. Now make these into words. Note the E changes the sound into a word. So we've got axe. If it was just an A and an X, it'd be sounds, but when we know English words have mostly 3 letters or more, so that's why we're adding the E on the end. If a word ends in O, make sure you put 2 vowels before the S, so you've got to add an E and an S, so you can practice that there. Fill in the gap with the missing list word. Something is an emu over There is an emu over there. Start each sentence with a capital letter, don't forget to do that. So you can use these words to fill in your sentences. Choose the correct word. So we've got there, they. Now this one, there, that's short for they are. We've got were, where, and we are. We shorten that to we're. So it sounds a little bit different, but quite often people get confused with them. So it is windy over there would be the place there. We like their house. The house belongs to them, so it would be this one. They're going on a plane, so let's extend it. They are going on a plane. Yes, they're going on a plane would be this one here. They are going on a plane. Len didn't know where he was. We're going to the zoo soon is short for we are going to the zoo soon, so it will be this one. We were happy to go for a ride. Were is this one here. Hopefully that will help you. H13 day 3, we're looking at the silent E in some of these words, and we've also got some most common words. So we've got axe, or, were, what, where, does, done, goes, gotten, gone, the air there. Okay, so axe, let's read it, spell it, axe, A-X-E, and you cover it and write it. So an axe and or, the only reason we've got that E on the end of those words is because most English words have 3 or more letters, so they're just changing it from being a simple phonogram into a word. And we know with the words ending with O, we must have 2 vowels before we add an S. So that's why does and goes has the E tucked in there. Don't forget this there is the one that belongs, means the next word, whatever it may be, belongs to them. It is their car, their dog, their house, their nose, whatever. Okay, so you can finish reading those, sounding them and spelling them and then writing them. Here you've got verb family, so you know if a word ends in O, you must add an E before the S. Then you've got doing, going, have done, and you can also have did. So that's a bit of a tricky one. Have done, D-O-N-E, and you could also say I did my homework yesterday, or I have done my homework already. Go, you'd have goes, going, and gone, or went. You could also have he went to the park, he has gone to the park. So you could have either one there. He running, he something running every day. He went or he goes running every day. He goes running every day. You can fill those in with some of these words up here. Make new words everywhere, so you just have to write the whole word as one word. Put these words into alphabetical order. So A, yes, we've got axe. And don't forget, as you write a word, cross it off so it gets easier as you go through. This is H13, day 4. We're talking about prefixes and suffixes. So prefixes we add to the start of a word, and suffixes we add to the end of a word. And we're talking about irregular verbs, and we'll get to that in a minute. So a prefix comes before a word. It says a group of letters that are joined to the start of a base word. The suffix comes after the base word, a group of letters that are joined to the end of a base word. So here are some of the prefixes and suffixes we're going to add to these base words. So we've got re, all, un, full, ness, less. Now, all, if we're writing the word all, we will put two L's, but when we use it as a prefix or a suffix, we just use one L. Same with full. Normally we would write it as with two L's, but when we use it as an affix, where we drop one L. Whereas ness and less, we leave that double letter in. So it's a little bit tricky to remember. So would we have, some of these we're adding the prefix to, and some of them we're adding the suffix to. Just got to make sure you spell them as they appear in the black here. So something stack, we could restack the books. So you just have to put in the missing prefix there. Joyful, we're looking for a suffix, so it'd be full, and remember it's only one L. Almost, remember it's only one L, almost. Untie, you've got the U in untie. And stringless, like stringless beans, you're adding the L-E-S-S. Okay, you can finish those on your own. Now down here it says write the irregular verb in past tense. So we know if we have a regular verb, we're adding S or ing or ed, but some words, when we're using the past tense, rather than adding ed, we change the word in some way. So creep, and it quite often happens with words with a long E sound in them. So creep has a long E sound. We don't say he creeped along, we say he crept. So we're going to drop it to a short vowel sound for the E, crept, and rather than putting ed on the end, we're putting a T. So dream, we know that EA can make a long E sound or a short Et sound, like in read or read. So dreamt, all we're going to do there is add the T. We don't have to change the EA at all. So we go from dream to dreamt. Sleep, we're actually going to get rid of one of those E's, and it's going to go sleep to slept. You can finish the rest of those on your own. Some of them are a little bit trickier. So write would go to wrote, and eat would go to ate. But they're all words that we've previously covered.